your favorite nickname that Trump's given you so far? Is it Ron DeSanctimonious or Meatball Ron?
Well, I can't.
I think even he went off Meatball Ron.
I can't. I don't know how to spell DeSanctimonious. I don't really know what it means, but I kind of like it's long. It's got a lot of vowels. I mean, so we go with that. That's fine. You can call me whatever you want. I mean, just as long as you also call me a winner.
Yeah, but what if it can't? Because I don't know if you've been following the polls, Ron DeSantis, but if you take a look at the trend line, he has been massively losing ground over the past few months. And this is while his main opponent is facing possible indictment and criminal charges. And despite that, Ron DeSantis is, as we predicted last year, so bad at this that he is slipping, and saying, like, your defense as a Harvard-educated lawyer that I like DeSanctimonious because I can't spell it, aren't I folksy? You think that's gonna win over the MAGA base? Come on, JR, he's horrible at this.
He does think that, and that's the thing. It doesn't take much effort. It doesn't take much forethought. It also doesn't take much strategy. Just say, "Oh, I don't like that stuff. I can't." Too many vowels. Just if you play up stupidity, then you're winning already. I did notice though, Piers Morgan. I get it. It happens. I mean, I'm going to criticize it, but I'm sure it happens in left circles as well. If you have a big guest on them, this guy's potentially a presidential candidate, then suddenly, watch when he throws his head back laughing. All he said was, I don't know how to spell it. It's not that, I mean, maybe it's slightly humorous, but like you have to really overplay it because you got this big guest. Fine. Okay, there it is. So, I mean, it's one of those things where he'll find himself in these positions, and we already know there's been stories about Ron DeSanctimonious going and trying to avoid certain appearances, certain public interactions because he's a bit awkward. That's just who he is. There's no difference of. It's just who he is. So they need for him to avoid that. So when he does land these types of things, the people that are talking to him have to be over the top and how wonderful and amazing he is to help him feel more comfortable. And this is gonna apparently be the way that things go forward, because there's been groups that see him coming and go, we're gonna make sure we accommodate him in any way possible. So this is the bubble that he's been wrapped in. I'm not sure what point he's finally gonna be exposed to something else besides that bubble, but he needs to be prepared.
Yeah, look, coming out of this, the full interview isn't available. So again, this is speculation. We'll see what comes out of it on Thursday when the full interview airs. But we do know that the narrative coming out of it is that this is him flexing, hitting back a little bit. And so while he says at some point during this interview that the attacks are just background noise, he doesn't care. It's not important for me to be fighting with people on social media. It's not accomplishing anything for the people I represent. Almost immediately, he pushes past his lack of interest in fighting back to try to fight back a little bit. So now we get to evaluate how he does that. He says, at the end of the day as a leader, you really want to look to people like our founding fathers when asked if personal conduct in a leader matters. It's not saying that you don't ever make a mistake in your personal life, but I think, what type of character are you bringing? Truth is essential. We have to agree that there's a certain reality of the world we live in, which is fresh coming from a guy who's trying to stop kids from understanding literally anything about the reality we live in. But those are his hits. Like, Donald Trump is the most flawed candidate to ever run for office, and it's just like, you know what? The time has come, meatball, to hit back. I think truth is essential.
Honest question.
Point out that 4 months after his wife gave birth, he went and had an affair and then had to pay hush money. You know why he had to pay the hush money? Because he didn't want his voters, conservatives, MAGA people, to know that he cheated on his wife who was dealing with their 4-month-old baby at that point. We care about the family. We're family values. And it sickens me to the deepest pits of my gut that this guy would so betray his wife and his family by cheating on her 4 months after she gave birth. And you just repeat it over and over, and you hit him and you hit him, but he won't do it because he's a whiny little baby. He's a tiny little meatball.
And that's
Swedish
the question.
At best.
Who would you, I guess, prefer? Because honestly, I hope Nikki Haley comes out on top, because both of these guys are serious trouble. You guys got to keep it real. There's no way to go about this back and forth, potential back and forth that's going to come up between these guys, and then not see, oh, I'd rather this guy than that one. I don't want to see either one of them, but that's kind of impossible.
Yeah. Look, this shifts. Any evaluation I give right now is only good for when I give it. But I would say at this point, I think perceptions of Trump are less in flux, and he has already lost the popular vote twice. So I feel a little bit more confident about that. I think that Ron DeSantis would be a horrible general election candidate. So I'm not particularly worried about him either. But in both of these cases right now, I think we're assuming that we're going to have Biden. So there is reason to be worried in all cases.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.